thanks for watching. Today we're going to have a quick look at tee height. Now, if you have been watching our channel closely, you would have seen a recent video that we posted about swing weight in driver and how it can affect things and how it had no effect on me. It did have a small effect, but as a result of that, I've decided to keep this Ping G425 set in at D4 with the Ventus TR 5S, because I just hit it so well during that video. So I thought today we're going to have a look at various tee heights and see if what effect they have on your driving. So I'm going to start with a pretty small tee, and then move into a normal. That's kind of what most people would tee their ball up about, so high. That gets about half the ball over the top of the club. And then I'm just going to stack them and rack them and make like a mega tee and just see what happens and see if anything changes at all with a change in tee height. Okay, so I've got the small tee. Now, come and have a look and see how high that's teed up. It's pretty low really. Most of the ball's below the level of the top of the club, so see if I can. I hit up, so am I going to need to hit down to try and catch the face? I don't know, but Bridgestone ball again, small tee. I feel like I hit that pretty good. So probably a decent sort of start. A little bit low. I still have my angle of attack up, so interesting. Low tee again. Out of the toe. I do feel like I'm almost having to hit down. Just my feeling. Spin number 2-5. Out in the toe. Not bad. Hit that good, but I hooked it because I am trying to keep my club down. So I don't love this tee height. I'm still hitting up, but it feels like I'm hitting down. One more. That to me is a great shot to hit out at a windy course. Teeing it down low, I feel like I'm getting in front of it. Not too bad a result. So I'm going to go into the, what I've labelled as large, if you want to just pop in and have a little look. This is pretty common. Like this is about half the ball, I'll just show you here, half the ball above the head, roughly. It's pretty close. It's a really common tee height. Like if I ask people, how high do you tee it? I'd say 8 in 10 say half the ball over the top of the top of the crown here. So over the top of the leading edge. So it's a really common tee height. This is generally what I would use to tee it up too. So I shouldn't have any excuses, but we'll see what happens here. Hit that quite good. Cutty. Oh yeah, quite cutty actually. It's a bit LJ hookery, but I felt like I really hit it good, but felt like I crushed it. But the swing feels like my swing, see I was 6 degrees up there. My swing feels different as I'm getting this tee up higher. This feels more normal to me. Felt like that was a bit of a heel miss. And am I just trying to hit high bombs here? Am I getting a benefit at this point of time from the high tee? I felt that. I don't think I can hit that shot with a low tee. I don't think that's possible. That's just my gut instinct that says to me, that one there that spins really low and goes quite a way, I don't think that's possible with a low tee. I've hit that high on the face, and I think it's got out there a little longer. So I'm going to go the ultra high tee next. So I've got 3 tees stacked up, just about the whole ball. Is that over the whole club? I mean, this is Sky City for some people. You know, if you're one of these people that hits down on the ball a bit, you could be in big trouble here. If you're hitting down, boom, pop up on the roof. But me, I'm not scared about skying this. I'm just curious to see if it's going to change my contact. But I know it's really high, so I know I've got to hit up. Oh, pardon my no French. But that felt pretty close. It just felt close to the top for me. 6 mil high, I mean, that feels like I skied it, right? It's barely, but I'm 8.4 up, low spin, good speed, 257. Look out, people. Here we go again, high tee. I feel like I'm hanging back, just trying to give it. Big cut. Big cut. And then I probably lost a bunch of distance there. Okay. That one, I mean, that's not a great swing, but I feel like I don't necessarily will make great swings with such a high tee. It's actually out of the bottom, believe it or not. Wouldn't think you could do it, but I managed to. I definitely managed to hit out the bottom. Yeah. And so then it spikes up on the spin. So I haven't really achieved what I'd love to achieve here yet, but we'll see, we'll see. We'll see if I can get one. So that was low, wasn't it? It was closer to the center. I feel like I'm not quite 8 up, a little in the heel. Just not quite, it's not quite happening, right? And I want it to, because I feel like this is the way to really, really hit one long. But let's see. At the end of the day, if I can't time it, I can't time it. That I hit good. That I hit really well, I think. .256 carry. Okay, let's have a look at these digits. Okay, so looking at the numbers, no real surprises here. And in my feeling and you know how things were going, you can see there we start with a small at the bottom, 151 ball speed. Launch was 12.1. You know, nice spin number still. 237 carry, 258 total. So then as I teed it up a little higher, the medium, I got another mile an hour ball speed. I got, you know, another degree in launch. My spin was very similar, to be fair. 2151, 242. So I picked up another 5 meters, just pegging it up a little higher. And then you can see those flights were similar in flight there, small tee to medium tee. And the small tee I felt like I was almost hitting down, but obviously I'm not. And then the large tee, it just went straight up, right? The ball went up. So we got more ball speed, much more launch angle, 16.3. We got a little more spin, but I never really got one out of the center. Might have got one, and it did go further, right? So it was a bit of a moon ball. Looking at the club data, you know, the medium tee for me, I hit the best in the center. Funnily enough, the large tee was slightly low on the face, which you don't really expect. And then the small tee, I got a little bit out the toe, and I was trying not to hit it out the bottom, to be fair. That's probably where that's born from. But I want to have a quick look at the table, because the small tee, I got one to spin only 1700, and it landed 241. Coming in at 30 degrees, but it's flat. Like, that's a flat drive, right? The medium tee, pretty consistent on spin. You know, 29 meters peak height, 242 carry. Best one, 248. Pretty consistent. Consistently better than the small tee. You know, the longest drive was 270. But then if I'm just going for out and out, playing the long ball, so to speak, you know, I got one really bad there. If I had a look at the club data on this one, you know, there's one here 9 millimeters low, which is not ideal. But looking at the data here with a really large tee, I hit my longest drive, 277, 276. They were the longest, but they're coming in at 45 degrees and 42. You know, only one of them was in at a decent land angle. So there you have it. Definite differences with that tee. So the other notable thing is this angle of attack. With the small tee, I was 5 degrees up. With the medium tee, I was 5.8 up. So slightly more up on the ball, which you'd expect to result in that slightly lower spin number, but very, very similar. And then with a large tee, 8.3 up. So that's what made the ball just go straight up in the air. So interesting to note those figures. So there we have it, just a quick look at tee height. And for me, the greatest thing that gets affected is our angle of attack. And if you guys are hitting down a little, maybe try a little higher tee to try and encourage you to hit up more. You know, ideally we want to hit up probably 3 or 4. I hit up, you know, a lot. As you can see with that mega tee, I was hitting up 8.3 degrees, so which is way too much. And then it sent the ball straight up in the air, and that's probably a case for not really hitting, you know, a red shaft in that case. But a little bit of fun. Go out there and try it, experiment. It's definitely going to make a difference. You know, and some people, if the tee is too low, you're just going to be hitting the bottom of the face, it's going to spin up. But I suppose, you know, I was able to adjust, but I certainly wasn't able to then adjust my height. So the low tee would actually produce something that went quite low for me, and the high tee went really, really high. So again, something to think about, something to try and experiment with. Thanks again for tuning into the channel. We love making these videos for you, and we hope you keep watching. Thanks.